So, while I was in between episodes 2 and 3, I went and got me a little bit of dinner, and now that my stomach is full of pizza, let us talk about Andor Season 2, Episode 3. This episode entitled Harvest, and the byline for this episode sums it up perfectly. Time is running out on everyone. Uh, so, kind of wrapping up the um, story beats that have continued from the first two episodes. Um, the first one I'm going to talk about is the Changerlin wedding. And, you know, uh, Stecken? Um, yes, Stecken and Leda are they are wed. The ceremony happens, and before the ceremony started, Mon said to her, "Look, you don't have to do this. You can go out there and say, now is not the time. We can do this at a different time. You can postpone this wedding. You can do that, and that would be a sign of bravery that you would go out there and you would do that." And Leda just looks at her own mom, and says, "Oh, I wish you were drunk." Like, she's gonna go through this to probably for one or two reasons. One, to probably spite her mom because, she, you know, doesn't really, from my perspective, she doesn't really like this tradition, this Chandrillin tradition. And two, I think she may know why she's being wedded off. And so this is to throw it in her face and be like, no, I'm going to do this. You're going to get what you want. And you're just going to have to grit your teeth and bear through it, essentially. And, the ceremony happens, and then the DJ droid, the DJ droid comes in and starts playing, banger club music. But Luthen also met with Mon to be like, you know, hey, you have to get a number. I think I know that you know the number, but just get the number. And Mon's like, meeting with him next week. Don't worry about it. And so she goes in, drinking up a storm, partying, dancing like it's, 25 BBY. I was going to say 1999, but that doesn't quite work. I mean, it does. 1999 is when The Phantom Menace came out. So it's like, kind of works, but I went with a in-universe Star Wars joke there. Um, and Tay is actually leaving the festivities. And his driver, called in and was like, I can't make it. So there was a new driver. It was Cinta, Vel's best, her running mate from season one. And Vel notices that she's there and just put Tay in his car and drives off with him, knowing full well what is going to happen. Cinta probably killed Tay. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that happened. I'm just going to go out there and just say it. Plain as day. Cinta killed Tay. Plain and simple. Meanwhile, on Nima Rao, our gang, Brasso, Bix, and Willman, are noticing. Hold on, I have a sneeze coming up. Oh, you are such a jerk. Um, yes, I'm keeping that in the video. But Brasso, Bix, and Willman are noticing that the walls are closing in on them, and they decide that they're going to get out. Um, but Willman, of course, has to go and say goodbye to his love, which ends up costing him because he can't use his speeder bike because he parked it out front. So Brasso comes looking for Willman. He gets caught at the shop, and basically the shop owner sold him out, and basically all troops are on him now. Meanwhile, the one jerk officer um, that had hit on Bix, I believe the name was Krello in the closed captioning that I was reading. Um, he decides to go to where Bix is located and continue to hit on her in a really weird way, and also try to do some pretty horrible stuff. But Bix does fight back, ends up, bludgeoning him to death with all the stuff that's around in their, ramshack place. But who should show up at the right time but Cassian? He did get his comms working. He did get to, I believe, Clea was her name, Luthen's kind of assistant, if I remember correctly. Let me see here. Yes, Clea. I said that correctly. Perfect. Um. Ooh. Whoops. Did not mean to show that. And yes, I'm keeping this in. All of the joys of making an episode, and also I'm pretty tired. Um, so yes, Clea was able to get a message from Cassian. It was like Cassian's like, "What is happening?" And Clea's like, "I don't know because there's a frequency block over the planet." So Cassian decides to go to Nima Rao and save his best friends, but unfortunately, Brasso end up getting killed, and they have to leave him behind. And now it's just three of them on that TIE fighter. Also, I wanted to point this out. Deidre and Cyril have dinner with Cyril's mom, and like I knew, like I'm a detail person. Like I always stress about the little details, but Cyril is so anal about every little detail. And it makes perfect sense that they're together. But Deidre immediately is like, "Look, I've heard all the stories. I know his rap. You will get to talk to him twice a month, or you get to see him twice a month. You get to hear him all the time. You get to make phone calls. You just need to leave us alone." And Cyril's mom complies, and it was so good. That dinner scene was so awkward and yet so good at the exact same time. Um, but yeah, all three of these episodes were directed by the same person, Ariel Kleiman. She did a really good job with the direction of all three of these. Tony Gilroy, of course, wrote the scripts for all three of them. Amazing job in writing the scripts. Cast did an amazing job in all three of these. Um, the CGI is like, I know that, Industrial Light and Magic (ILM) is like one of the best, VFX houses in the country today, but it's like, holy moly! I felt like most of this was practical, even though I know full well that there's CG in this, but it looks so good. This show is off to an amazing start. I cannot wait to check out the next three episodes next week. But yeah, that is pretty much it for my reviews today of episodes 1 through 3 of Andor season 2. Um, look forward to episodes 4 through 6 next week. But until then, guys, be safe out there in the galaxy, and I'll catch you later.